family to give farewell to Adrian. Everyone hear me?
Loud on. Loud on.
Too many DJs here. Okay. How's that, Michael? It was a beautiful ceremony, and the reason why we're having this memorial service is because his family requested something that was kind of, a bit closer, and so that's what happened. And there was some amazing words spoken, and there was tears shed, and it was a beautiful ceremony. And we're just going to have a few words from some of his nearest and dearest, and this is really a celebration of his life in a kind of place that we think that he would have appreciated celebrating his life. So sit back, relax, and here it is. First of all, thank you very much. First up, I think, well, you know what? I think this guy wants to go first. Hello. Okay. Adrian was a man of many names to me. He was Ajax, Ajaz, Ujaz, Jaxie, Jax, Jaxman, Jax Attack, Head Towel, Captain, Colonel, Dance Commander, Dance Warrior, Count the Money, Alan Alder, and Barry Manilow. Part brother, part wacky uncle, part wise man. Part DJ buddy, part dance legend, and full-time friend. One thing I'll always remember about him was his amazing ability to tell a story. He was the king of the elaborate tall story. But with Jaxie, his life was so fucking hilarious and full of adventure, he never had to make them up. Maybe he'd tell you his story about Rogaine, or his time as a model or a TV presenter, his love of sausage dogs, one of his many fight stories, his infamous revolver story, which celebrities he thought would make good kickboxers, his New Jack days, his time as a failed breakdancer, his time as a uni lecturer, his top 10 haircuts, his theories on art history, or how a certain booty house record related to pre-war Germany military tactics. He had a story, anecdote, or cryptic yet fucking brilliant analogy for every occasion. It was endless, always hilarious, but touching at the same time. I think the key to his great storytelling for me was that he told the whole truth. He didn't water it down, he didn't sugarcoat it, he wouldn't leave out any of the little details that made him look good or bad. He wouldn't censor the gory truth. He gave you the unaltered, full-blown version of everything that happened in his life. And it was this brutal honesty in his stories that I loved about him so much. I think that most of you will know that Adrian also had the awesome ability to get himself in the most crazy, awkward, and occasionally borderline disastrous situations. His antics were a steady source of entertainment for our Bang Gang crew for many years. How many times can you lock yourself out of a car or house, lose your records, miss a gig, or miss a flight, you might ask? At least twice a week for Jax. His life was occasionally slapstick, but I love the way he would embrace these situations and not only eventually laugh about it, but tell everyone just how much he fucked up and how funny it was. I loved his unashamed approach to his own life. I loved his amazing ability to laugh at himself and encourage others to join in. And I loved his endless energy to get back out there and do it all again. He was also definitely the most entertaining guy I knew. He was the kind of guy you knew you could just take out with you anywhere or meet anywhere, and you could just watch him go. He'd entertain the room, make some new friends, catch up with some old friends, tell a bunch of jokes, get everyone excited, and then before you knew it, he'd smoke bomb and leave. And you wouldn't know when you'd see him next, but you just want it to be soon. I think most people left their first conversation with Jax not only remembering the bright-eyed, excitable guy, but wanting to hang out with him more. And that's probably part of the reason so many people have paid tribute to him. You wanted to be around him because he made you feel good. He made you feel good about yourself and good about life. For me, it was that simple. He was the first to tell you how well he thought you were doing, the first to congratulate you on any event, big or small, in your life, the first to give you one of his excited high fives, the first to tell you how much you had killed a mix, the first to offer up advice, or to have a deep chat when the time suited, and the first to let you know what you meant to him. Jaxie, I'm really sad that you're gone, but I'm also really happy that I got to know you and at least have years worth of your tall stories to remember you by. I hope you know that we all love you and miss you. Thank you for being my buddy, and thank you for letting me come along for part of your wild ride. Thanks.
Thanks, Jamie. I'd just like to hand you over to Adrian's brother, Damien.
Hey guys, thanks for everyone to come out. He'll be totally stoked. I'm not very musically sound like probably 99% of everyone here, but I tried to do a rhyme for him that's on his program card. He's probably thinking, man, you got this all wrong. But I'm going to give it a go. I've been writing it all week, and if you do get a chance, you want to have a look, there's some photos on here and bits and pieces. That's the program card from today, so give it a go. If it doesn't work, he's looking up there going, oh, doofus. Hands in the air like you just don't care. DJ Ajax is on the air. Sweat it out to every song. It's going to be mashed up all night long. Hold on tight and keep to the beat. His remix is always unique. Behind the decks, he looks around. Everyone's here to listen to his sound. Mum and dad, brothers, relatives and friends. The gangbang crew are here till the end. Tomo, Jaxie, you're the one we came to see, and we love you very deeply. Watch us from up high. Give us strength to inspire. Of course, try my best. Thanks, mate.
Henry.
G'day. I met Adrian 20 years ago now. I was a doorman and he was a glassy. Times like these, you remember weird things, and what I remember about Adrian is counterfactuals. He was super excited. He said, Hank, counterfactuals. What's that? And if you knew anything about Adrian, he had a passion for history, for strategy, for books, for words. So he loved counterfactuals. He was using it like we're going to go counterfactual on your ass. But what did it mean? Well, it was alternate histories. It meant, what if Hitler died in World War I, or what if Gandhi died in prison, or what if Hitler became Gandhi? And so he was obsessed with it. He said we should do a night. We should call it counterfactual. We should start a band. Like, it could be counterfactual anything. But you know, a time like this, you think, yeah, what if? What if Adrian wasn't a DJ? It wouldn't matter. He was so good at so many things. He was so passionate about so many things. He was an amazing artist. He was a great historian, a great writer, as Dan said earlier today. He'd win handfuls of awards. He could melt them down, make a Darth Vader ring, punch Mike Tyson in the face. Mike Tyson would be standing there with Darth Vader on his forehead. And Ajax would just give him one of those Ajax smiles and go, hey man, where'd you get the Darth Vader ring? That's Adrian. That's how I remember him, someone that would always make you laugh. The what if for me is not what if anything except what if I didn't get to meet him. And then I know my life would be a whole lot sadder and a whole lot less bright. He was my best friend. He was a brother I never had. Our families became very close. One of my fondest memories is every Sunday we'd all hit up Yumcha and then go see Things Exploding 2 at the movies. That was a ritual, and that was our life for probably 6 or 7 years. I'm going to keep it kind of short. Adrian, I love you. People call me Hank because he called me Hank. That stunk. So he gave me my name. 12 years ago we lost Mikey, and he was Adrian's best friend. And you just know when we get up there, they'll have the place jumping, and can't wait to see him again. Thank you.
Well, there's lots of parts to Adrian's life, but there's one part which has been incredibly influential, and there's a group of people who are part of that part of his life, and that obviously is the Bang Gang. So apart from the one cue job with Jamie, who just had to go first, we're going to deal with the rest of the Bang Gang guys, and they're all going to come up one by one to have their little moment talking about Adrian.
Hello everybody, it's nice for you to meet me. Everyone's been kind of funny, but I'm going to keep it a little bit sadder. Why not? No, I need to do my hands. Okay. This is a kind of an open letter, and it kind of involves everyone here, so anytime you want to jump in, feel free. Adrian, I feel like I lost the love of my life. In a way, I did. I lost my teacher, I lost my Wu-Tang, I lost my 7 spiritual laws of success, and I lost my how to make friends and influence people. Because that's what you did. You did that to all of us. You influenced so many people in so many ways. You taught so many people so many different things, and you were way more successful than you will ever know. The idea that you're not here anymore is still so bizarre to me. But wherever you are now, I know you're in peace, and that itself puts my heart at peace. I just want to take this opportunity to say all the thank yous I never got to say. And on behalf of everyone here, I think they would want to say the same thing. So for everyone here, thank you, Ajax. Thank you for teaching me to be appreciative. Thank you for teaching me to be smart, to be a friend. Thank you for teaching me to be humble and honest, to teach me to laugh, to make fun of myself, and to be the best person you can honestly be. Because that, Jax, there will never be anyone like you. Here's to a million tears and a million memories.
I didn't actually even prepare anything, but I've got someone else's speech to read. It's from a girl. I don't do girls' voices very well because I've got a really deep voice. It's from all my years singing as a baritone singer. I guess what I want to say is I'm just so thankful for everyone coming down here. I can see a part of Ajax on everyone's face here. I know how much he means to everyone, and every time I see anyone looking at me and smiling at me today, I think of him and I see him in you. So thank you so much. This is a letter from Annie. So if I get lost on the giant words that she's used, please excuse me. Adrian, hello. From the moment I met you, you saved me from a parking ticket. I will never forget that because you would never let me forget it. I fell deeply in love with you. While you lived entirely in the moment. And I don't mean in a hedonistic sense, but in a sense that you were always 100% present and invested in each precise moment. An idea, a conversation, a debate, a very favourite thing of yours, or an emotion. You were fully committed to that moment in time. And all I ever wanted was to be in that moment with you. When it happened, it was pure magic. And there were plenty of those moments, but I wish that we could have more. We had such crazy fun and intense times together, but some of my best memories are the most banal domestic ones. I'm sure you all know what she's talking about there. Somehow now, they're all the times that seem the most valuable. Being hungover and making cheese toast together on a Saturday. You saw it was the best you'd ever tasted every single time. Making you laugh hysterically by reenacting events from my day at Fashion Job. You thought I was the funniest person in the world. Talking. I could go on talking. You promised there was nowhere else you'd rather be. And the thing is, all of the time, from the bottom of your soul, you meant it. I'm sure that everyone here who knew you well shared similar experiences with you, but that doesn't make any of them less special. I miss you dearly, Adrian. The world has a little less magic in it without you. I could never find a way to have you in my life as much as I wanted, but I feel so grateful to have known you as I did. Thank you for all the good times. You will live on forever in my heart, and each day it will hurt a little less, but never will you mean anything less than everything. Love forever and always, Annie. And Angus as well.
I also have a letter from Kim Moyes. I wish I could be there with you all to celebrate, remember, and farewell the great friend and brother we all had in Jaxie. What I have lost, and I know a lot of you here feel the same way, is a man who brought enormous encouragement to my life and my work. Adrian was consistently one of the first people who I'd play music to. His opinion and input on what I was making really mattered to me a great deal, even more than I ever let him know. Sorry, this isn't even my letter, but I find talking quite emotional. Well, you're letting him know now. His perspective on music was incredibly unique. He was a DJ and artist who saw things far beyond what was trendy or what would work on the dance floor. He could see things far beyond that. But even more than someone to bounce musical ideas off, he was a great friend. A friend with whom I shared a lot of crazy good times, a friend who I could argue with and butt heads with, and a friend I cared dearly for, regardless of whether we were in or out of sync.
I was happy to see him a few weeks ago, and even though I didn't know it at the time, in hindsight it was a great farewell. I feel lucky to have had that precious time with him. I'll cherish it for as long as I live. Goodbye, Adrian, Ajax, dance legend. Long may you live in our hearts. All my love, Kim.
Mike and Ellen from the group.
So yes, that was from Kim. I didn't really prepare anything for myself. I kind of found it pretty hard, but I woke up this morning and I thought that was my favourite Jaxie joke. And it might be not that PC, so if anyone's deaf here, I'm probably going partly deaf myself from too many years in nightclubs. But he always used to talk about this kid that came up to him at a gig and said, "I can't hear your music, but I can feel the beat." Well, and that kind of developed into other jokes like the one like, "I can't hear your music, but I love your look." And we all know he always looks pretty good. Well, Adrian, we may not hear your music firsthand anymore, but we feel your heartbeat.
Hey, so today I had the honour of speaking on behalf of us at Adrian's funeral. Dorman gave me a hat for it because apparently I did a pretty good job, so thanks. So I had another speech, but everyone said I should just read out what I read before, so here we go. Jaxie, you were such a great storyteller in everything you did. In your writing, which looking back now is bordering on insane literary genius. Your short stories that are popping up all over the place are worthy of a Booker Prize. And I did my research. They don't give Booker Prizes to short stories, so that's crazy. The press releases you wrote for Sweat are beyond what any artist has ever been written of them before. You pimply neck kids from Melbourne sounded cooler than Daft Punk. If you're one of those kids, then cherish that. In your music, both the way you wrote it and the way you played it, your musical story is what you're most well known for. Australia's #1 DJ? Blah, 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 blah. None of this mattered to you. You didn't even turn up to your own In The Mix award. You were just writing your story and loving every minute of it. You were so inspiring, having the greatest time in the world. We all just wanted to be like you, man. You taught us, nurtured us, mentored us. You were the boss. And all these young guys on your label that have been raised by you like little baby chickens have now turned into massive fire-breathing dragons. Funny greetings, should I say. You did that. We have a plan to finish your music, Jax. The excitement for this from the people around the world that are reaching out to get involved shows that you were not only the greatest DJ in Australia, but one of the greatest in the planet. We always knew that though, so respect. And lastly, Adrian, you as a storyteller. The way you would articulate everyday activities with such drama, like buying a sandwich or going to the post office or burning CDs, which you still are doing to this day now, which is weird because you're playing on USBs. You would make these things seem greater than Napoleon's battle at Waterloo. You're so funny. It was so captivating to listen to you. We'd be in awe. Just a little story would be like, "Oh mate, sorry I'm late. I was running down the street and my shoe fell off and then I dropped my records and then I was picking up the records and then I saw my ex-girlfriends and I had to hide in the bushes and then the taxi I was going to get came over and would run over my records. So then I had to go home and get new records and I was really sweaty and I had to get changed but I had no clothes to wear. So then I had to go to the shop and buy new clothes and so did you like my new jumper?" And they'd be like, "Good to see you, Dano. I love you." So many of us use you as an excuse not to go home or not to turn up to things. When we were around you, we would never want to leave, for fear of missing out on one of your stories, but mostly for just being in joy of being in your company. Our girlfriends would be like, "Why weren't you home? Where were you?" We were like, "Babe, hanging out with Jaxie." To us, it seemed like such a valid everyday excuse, like having gastro or your car breaking down or a bus strike. Just the other day, I woke up and Benny wasn't home, like a protective older brother that I am. I was like, "Where were you last night, dude?" He goes, "Oh, I stayed on the couch at Angus's house." "Why?" "Because Ajax was there. He was telling stories." I was like, "Yeah, of course." One of the reasons that you were such a great storyteller was that you were a great researcher, like any great writer is. You were interested in everything, from fine art to pop culture, from sports to history. Whenever possible, no matter what time of day, no matter where you were, you would absorb. Our friend over here, soft-skinned Nina, was telling me a great story about you the other day. When you discovered that she was of Armenian heritage, you went home and started reading a book about Armenia's history. The next time you saw her, you told her how engrossed you had been in a book about Armenia's conflict with Turkey. And that was 2 a.m. and in a club. You found her country's genocide so engaging, that you had to open up on what you'd discovered. I mean, hello, research legend, who does that? You were interested in all of us and gave us all so much of your time to listen and engage. From our parents to our children, everyone had something interesting in your eyes. And we all loved the enthusiasm you showed in us. You made us feel so special. So, you wrote your life story by living it, the ultimate story with the ultimate character. Without knowing it, you yourself were your most influential work. The fine art lecturer, /surfer, /DJ, /music producer, /model, /writer, /researcher, /comedian, /action man, /best friend, /lover, /storyteller, /magnet. A balls-to-the-wall action novel, an enduring drama, a never-ending romance, a slightly 80s period piece, an unpredictable plot filled with mystery and intrigue. A comedy with brains and heart about a man whose body stopped aging but mind kept expanding. Always at the top of his game, getting harder, faster, better, stronger every day. And like any great story, a tragic end. So wait. We had this thing at the funeral, which we kind of wanted to do something unconventional for Jax. It's not unconventional here, so we did a 1, 2, 3 and scream out like we love you or howl or whatever you need to do. Just make some noise so he can hear us wherever he is. 1, 2, 3.
Another big part of Adrian's life for the last 3 or 4 years has been his work with his label Sweat It Out, and he's forged some pretty amazing relationships with the boys there. So I'd like to ask Matt Hanley to come up and say a few words on their behalf. Legend, by the way.
So I was going to tell you about an email I got from Jax about 6 weeks ago. He'd just taken some time off for Christmas and whatever. He'd taken 6 weeks off. And then he got back to work, excited, really excited, and sent us this email. I can't remember the heading, but the essence of the email was, guys, I've been to so many barbecues and I've been to so many after parties, and this is the vibe on our music. And then he basically had each artist, and underneath the heading of the artist, a description of the vibe based on the people that he'd been at the barbecues with. And that's what he was. He was the guy that he used to say, I'm in the trenches. I'm with the people. You know, if we ever had a disagreement on music or something, he was in the trenches. So I could keep giving you my words, but I thought he was way better at words than any of us. So I'm going to read one of his promo spiels that he did, and each time he did one, I'd wait going, how's he going to top the last one? And they were always so unbelievable. He was a genius, you know, apart from all the good looking and really good DJ and really funny and research. He was an amazing writer, and this is one that we released probably about 2 years ago. It was the Vice EP. I'm sure some of the DJs probably played it. So this is Jax. Okay, I'm going to keep this real simple. This track is undeniably hot. I'm not going to pepper it with an amusing anecdote or witty tale. I'm not going to get caught up in music vernacular or try to give it credence through descriptive language. And even though it is quite obviously the freshest future house music you have heard, I'm not going to tell you that. I mean, really, who would say future house music? Yes, it's got the Balkan bounce. Yes, it's got glitch. And it's got the midget. But telling you this would just cheapen this insanely hot Vice EP. And then he got back to what I started with 2 years ago. Whenever anyone comes over to my house for a bit of an after party and everyone wants to play their favourite tunes, you know, when only a minute of a track gets played and everyone gets their max out, trying to out-volume each other, probably the best gauge for quality to see what really stands out, Vice reigns supreme. No one turns it off, no interruptions, everyone just shuts their mouth in fascination for this twisted, glorious Belgian's grooves. I'm really dumbfounded with how much I adore this guy. and I'm not the only one. Yolanda Be Cool have come off their stupid hectic schedule to remix our beloved, as have hot super duo Rainbows of Death, who master a brilliant new disco interpretation of our beloved. Not to mention Femme and Four, who keep it oh so tech cool. Yes, it may sound like I have some serious man love going on, and you would be right. Listen to it, and I'm sure you will have some too.
You know, there are just so many words to talk of Adrian. I had my words at the funeral. I had a funny little speech to tell you guys, but I feel that it's important that you hear the words that I said at the funeral. Adrian, this didn't go down too well at the funeral, so I hope you laugh at this one, because this is my punchline. Adrian, all the girls wanted to be with him, and all the boys wanted to be like him.
Correct.
His love... His love, charisma, free spirit, creative soul, amazing conversation abilities and intellect helped create and influence a big part of who I am today. And I thank him for this. I was fortunate to be there to witness Adrian get his MFA, Masters of Fine Arts degree, and following this, watch his progression from talented artist, painter to DJ and later producer extraordinaire. Hey, a superstar is born. I'm standing here today not just for myself, but also for all his dearest old friends that have been affected equally by him. And I've received many beautiful messages and read many inspiring posts over the last week, and I would like to share some of these with you. Let us all find happiness in the fun memories of our friendships. A superstar of fun and happiness. Truly one of the good guys, a true gent and sweetheart. A true dance legend, mentor and friend. You will never be forgotten. Jax, the one and only. And one of my favourites, thanks to Will, which I think completely sums Adrian up. Adrian was the most infectious and unique person I knew. He made you feel like the centre of the universe when you spent time with him. And when your time with him was over, everything felt a little bit duller. And this was very true. And I would like to read this. This is from one of his dearest old friends, Adrian. Unfortunately, Ishul, one of Adrian's dearest old friends, could not be with us today, because she is living in LA, and I would like to pass on the following message for her. To Adrian's brothers, Brendy and Damien, and parents Mike and Chris, I would like to send my love and condolences to Adrian. Adrian, you are an incredible human being who unceasingly inspired and enlightened me. I want to let you know how much I love you and that I am going to miss you very, very much. Love, Ishul. Adrian also introduced Ishul and I, and she is one of my dearest and long-term friends and always will be. So I'd like to thank Adrian for that. Thank you, Adrian, for being in all of our lives and sharing with us your beautiful love, talent, friendship, art and music. We will always have a smile on our faces when we think of you and your beautiful, cheeky smile. We love you.
It's been an extraordinary week and a bit for everybody here. It's incredible to look around, as everyone would agree, at who's here and the impact Adrian's had on everyone. I don't have a speech. I wasn't going to say one like Gus, but I don't have a girl's speech to hand, so I can't pull up on that one. But I think the common theme, we're coming to a close here, the common theme here is that we're dealing about a very special man. Everybody wanted to be with Adrian. We still want to be with Adrian. And I think we always will be with Adrian. That's what he's left us. And it's just as simple as that. There's no other words that I could say that could improve on what's been said here, or there's nothing else we can do but to celebrate the incredible memories and impact that man has had on each and every one of us here. And we just want to end today with a song very befitting of the occasion. And you know, Adrian, you came, you saw, you conquered. You really did, man. And we want to say farewell. We love you.
Okay. I may get along when love is gone. Still you made your mark here in my heart. One day I'll fly away, leave your love to yesterday. What more can your love do for me? When will love be through with me? I follow the light, can't stand the night. When will I begin my life again? One day I'll fly away, leave your love till yesterday. What more can your love do for me? When will love be through with me? Why live life from dream to dream and dread the day when dreaming ends? One day I'll fly away, fly, fly, fly away.
Good job, Adrian.